Hey guys, so I know I only posted one time last week, and I'm probably gonna only post one time this week, just because I don't want to go through my list that I created of video content so fast. But right now I am going to be filming, as I am right now, books that are good to read during the fall / spooky season. So let's get started. I have a big stack of books here. I mean, like, if I can, yeah, it weighs like a ton. First we have Lovely Bones. I kind of sort of DNF'd this a while, like years ago, just because things around that time were just a little stressful, and so I plan on reading the rest of this. As you can see, I have a post-it note keeping my spot, but this is basically like a murder mystery type thing. I mean, technically, if you've seen the movie for this, you know exactly who the criminal is, but basically the whole storyline is like kind of like fall/winter vibes. But this is a really good book to read. Next is The Last Kids on Earth, June's Wild Fight. It's also a Netflix series. My son wanted me to involve this one because he says it involves basically like monsters and zombies, and he thinks that's perfect for the spooky season. And this one is by Max Pralier, I guess saying that right. But there's a total of 7 books, and this one is the 7th one. So it's really good. I've watched the show with him, and right now we're rewatching it. And I want to say we're now watching book 3, I think, if they added it to Netflix. But good for the spooky season. Next is Cinder. If you saw my last video, I got this book. I haven't started reading it yet because I'm still in the middle of Uprooted. But if you follow me on Instagram, let's go to one of the other books because it's perfect for spooky season. And then we'll come back to this one. Zombie, by Darren Shan, is a very good book to read during like spooky season because it's all about zombies, and I finished this in less than 24 hours. So it was that good. I mean, it's only like 174 pages. Yeah, 100, and it's to be continued. So it's a very good book. Basically, you know what? I'll tell y'all more about this I'm waiting to read and finish a couple other books. That way I can do a good like book review video for y'all. But anyway, back to this. It's basically kind of like a retelling of like Cinderella, but Cinderella has robot parts, I guess. So I'm excited to read this. I've heard so much about this book, and I just had to pick it up. All right. Next is Before I Fall. This one, I have to say, is perfect for spooky season, and it's kind of like a murder mystery. She's trying to solve her own, like, murder. I guess it's kind of like almost like that movie, Happy Death Day or something like that. So next is The School for Good and Evil. I haven't started reading this yet, but I'm really excited to get to read it. And I say it's like good for spooky fall spooky season because it has to do with, like, witches and stuff. So I'm super excited. Yeah. Next is The Damned. Don't pay attention to that stickiness. I'm still trying to figure out how I can remove it from where the price tag was. But I haven't read this yet, and I probably won't get to read it for a little while, probably even past spooky season, because I had a brain fart, and I forgot that you need to get The Beautiful first and read that, then this, because this one's book 2. But basically, this is like a vampire book, and it just sounds very intriguing because horror is my thing. So that's why, you know, like, I went through this super fast, and like, he has, let me get to the page. If I can find it. Aha. He has a ton of other books for horror, so I'm super excited. And best-selling master of horror book series stuff, so I'm super excited. But yeah, this is basically vampire. So vampires, witches, warlocks, werewolves, Pennywise. You know, I'm a huge horror freak. Like, nothing really, not a lot really scares me. I wouldn't say nothing, but not a lot really scares me. Next, if you saw one of my book reviews, I mentioned about this, and Hocus Pocus and the all-new sequel, and how it is basically, like 2 books put into one. This basically, both parts take place basically in the fall season, and it's about witches, so it's kind of like spooky season vibes as well. So really good. I highly recommend this. I like the front, and then I like how they do, like, kind of like the silhouette kind of for the 3 of the characters. So, but I love that book, and I will find myself rereading it again just because I like that book, and I like the movie. Next, I have not started this, but Miracle Drug by Richard L. Mabry, MD. I guess that's how you say his last name. Author of the Prescription of Trouble series. Basically, I want to say it's like for like spooky season because it has to do with like a clinical drug trial gone wrong, and maybe possibly zombies, being that it says that infection wasn't supposed to happen, but it did. The treatment was supposed to take care of it, but it didn't. Either zombies or people are dying from this infection. We'll have to see. Next, my daughter thought this was great for the spooky fall season. H2O by Virginia Bergen, or Bergen. It says, it's in the rain and just one drop will kill you. It kind of reminds me of that one Netflix, I think, German series called The Rain, and how, like, only certain people, like, didn't die from it and everything. But then, like, it ended up being one person that was, you know, at fault. So it's just weird. It has a review from Kristen Simmons, author of Article 5 and Breaking Point. Creepy and realistic. H2O left me thirsting for more. So my daughter's currently kind of reading it, but I think I might end up picking this up myself because, yeah. And what I like is that you see the cover, and this is it naked. It is just gorgeous. Next, and I won't be able to also read this one because I didn't get the very first book, but I will eventually read it. The Last American Vampire by Seth Grahame-Smith. I need to get Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter, but basically, as you can tell, it's vampires, and it's having to, like, date back to, if I remember correctly, like, the first book dates back, you know, like, Abraham Lincoln's time and whatnot, and then this one kind of goes through the years. So, and what drew me is, if y'all recognize that image, you know, as not being like that, if you, yeah. But I also think it's really cool how the side bit is all red and then it's black. Isn't there anything else kind of spooky fall vibes? It's kind of hard to tell. I have a lot of books, if you could tell. But I do want to talk about this one, The Legend of Greg, an epic series of failures. I want to say this could be for, like, spooky season because it has to do with, like, monsters and stuff. So, yeah, my daughter got this one, I want to say, for Christmas. So, and it's a Chris Rylander book. So, but that is basically it. If you would like to, please subscribe, comment down below what would you like to see next. Hit that notification bell, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye, guys.